She staged the breakup like it was theater, her friends cast as the audience. I didn't argue. I simply said, "Done. Enjoy your freedom." Their laughter died instantly. Her voice was louder than usual, not the soft tone she used in private, but exaggerated, amplified, like she was performing for applause. When I stepped into the living room, I saw them arranged in a circle, wine glasses lifted, eyes sparkling, already waiting for the drama. She stood at the center, arms folded, a smirk tugging at her mouth. "You know what? I can't do this anymore. I'm done." The line rolled off her tongue too perfectly, too rehearsed. Their laughter spilled out, sharp and hollow, like hyenas circling. I watched her hand tremble around her glass, her smile faltering even as she tried to wear confidence like armor. Something inside me went cold. I didn't beg. I didn't flinch. I only said, "Done. Enjoy your freedom." The atmosphere snapped. Their laughter stopped short, like someone had cut the cord mid-note. Silence grew thick, pressing against the walls. I turned, walked to the door. No shouting, no scene, just the sound of glass nervously clinking as they realized they weren't watching comedy, but tragedy in real time. And I left them to drown in it. The drive home was quiet, not from lack of noise, but because my mind kept replaying hers. That wasn't a breakup. It was a performance, a spectacle designed to humiliate me for her friend's amusement. Every exaggerated word, every darting glance between them, screamed that they were waiting for me to explode, to cry, to beg. But I gave them nothing. And that unsettled them more than fury ever could. Still, beneath my calm, suspicion began to grow. Why stage it at all? Why not end things in private, unless it wasn't about ending but about control? Entertainment? I thought about the past months. Late nights at work, her guarded phone, bursts of muffled laughter behind closed doors. Excuses that stumbled the moment I pressed too hard. Suddenly, it all fit together. This wasn't just a breakup. It was betrayal dressed up as theater. I didn't confront her right away. That would have been too easy. Instead, I grew quieter, colder watching. Her phone lit up at night. I memorized the number. Her perfume lingered even on nights she swore she came straight from work. I tracked the hours, the gaps, the lies. Piece by piece, I unraveled it. Phone records revealed the truth. Endless calls to the same number. A man's voice on voicemail, casual and familiar. I didn't rage. I documented. One evening, she left her laptop open, careless, or maybe just arrogant. An email sat on the screen. Short, intimate, coded but unmistakable. He called her my escape. She called him freedom. Freedom. The same word she spat at me in front of her friends. I let none of it show. I kissed her cheek, asked about her day, played the part of the oblivious husband she thought I was. But every move I made was calculated. The more I dug, the sharper the image became. They believed they were hidden, but I was already setting the stage for my own act. The truth came sealed in an envelope. A private investigator's report. Photos, dates, locations. Proof no excuse could erase. Her lunches weren't lunches. Her late nights weren't work. Every page another nail sealing her coffin of lies. I waited for Sunday morning. Sunlight poured through the curtains, deceptively warm. She sat sipping coffee, scrolling her phone, smiling at whatever conversation she thought I couldn't see. I slid the envelope across the table. "What's this?" she asked. I didn't answer. Just watched her open it. Her hands shook. The color drained from her face. "This isn't," she started. I cut her off with silence. A silence so sharp it pressed against her throat like a blade. Panic filled her eyes where arrogance once lived. She searched my face for rage, for pleading, for anything familiar. I gave her nothing. Only calm. And that shattered her more than anger ever could. The following Friday, her friends gathered again. Same circle, same wine glasses. But this time, I was prepared. She had begged me not to tell them, not to destroy her image. But her image was already ash in my hands. I stepped into the room, set the envelope in the center of the table, said nothing. Just let the photos and reports speak for themselves. Pages full of truth bleeding across glossy prints. Gasps filled the room. One whispered her name like it was a curse. Her face collapsed. Horror replaced the fake bravado. This isn't, she stammered. But her friends didn't laugh this time. Their eyes cut through her sharper than mine ever could. I stood calm, unmoved. You wanted freedom, I said evenly. Now everyone knows how you chased it. And I left her there, not in staged laughter, but in real shame. The house is quieter now. Too quiet, some might say. But I've learned to make silence my ally. She texts sometimes. Apologies dressed up as confessions. Please wrapped in regret. I don't answer. Because the truth is simple. She wanted an audience. And she got one. But in the end, the performance was hers, not mine. I gave her exactly what she asked for. Freedom. The final act is mine alone. I don't need applause, only distance. Her laughter ended the moment I stopped playing the fool. And in that silence, I finally heard my own freedom.